All right, Capricorn, listen up. What if I told you that everything in your life is shifting right now, whether you're ready or not? What if the universe is tearing apart everything you've built, not to punish you, but to prepare you for something even greater? And what if someone from your past, someone you thought was gone forever, is about to return and change everything? Feels intense, right? That's because it is. You can feel it in your bones. Something's coming. And today, we're unlocking the mysteries behind this transformation. Welcome to Dharmacosmos, where the universe's deepest secrets unfold. Capricorn, this isn't just another reading. This is your awakening. Everything you've worked so hard for. Yeah, it's being shaken. And guess what? Soon, nothing will be the same. But don't panic, because this isn't happening to break you. It's happening to build you into something even stronger. So before we dive in, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. I am ready for my transformation. Because by the time we're done, you'll see exactly why this is happening and how to use it to your advantage. Capricorn, let's be real. You've always been the strong one, the one people rely on, the one who never crumbles. But what happens when the universe decides it's time for a change? What happens when the foundation you built so carefully suddenly starts to crack? Right now, two massive forces are at play in your life. One, the death energy, a transformation so deep, so intense, that it forces you to let go of what no longer serves you. And two, the return, someone from your past stepping back into your life, not by accident, but by fate. Maybe it's an ex, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's someone who once had a hold on your heart. You might feel lost. You might feel like everything is slipping through your fingers. But listen to me. This is not the end. This is your rebirth. So, are you ready to face what's coming? Let's break it down, Capricorn. Let's talk about the energy around you right now. Because it is intense. It's heavy. It's like standing at the edge of a massive storm, and you can feel the wind picking up, but you don't know exactly what's coming. Something inside you knows, deep down, you are not the same person you were a few months ago, a year ago. You feel it, don't you? This shift, this pull, this unsettling yet exciting feeling that something big is about to change. And you're right, the universe is clearing the path. Now, I know, the word death might sound intense, maybe even scary. But listen, in tarot, the death card doesn't mean loss. It means transformation. It means rebirth. It means that certain things in your life, the things you've been holding on to, the things you thought would always be there, are being stripped away. And I get it. That's uncomfortable. That's scary. But Capricorn, tell me this. When was the last time you truly, deeply transformed without first letting something go? When was the last time you've spent your whole life building? Capricorn, that's what you do. You work, you push, you climb, you create foundations that you can stand on. But now the universe is stepping in and shaking that foundation. And I know what you're thinking. Why? I worked for this. I earned this. And you did. But let me ask you, are you truly happy where you are? Or have you just convinced yourself that this is enough? Be honest. Because the death energy doesn't show up in your life for no reason. It doesn't just... Capricorn, we need to talk. Someone from your past is coming back, and let me tell you, this is not a coincidence. This is not some random event. This is fate stepping in, shaking things up, bringing you face to face with someone you thought was long gone. And I know what you're thinking. Why now? Why after all this time, after all the healing, after all the progress I've made, does the past come knocking? Let me tell you why. Because the universe doesn't bring people back into your life for no reason. There's something unfinished here. There's something that still needs to be addressed. Maybe it's closure. Maybe it's a second chance. Or maybe, just maybe, it's a test. So, let's get real. Who's the first person that came to your mind when I said that? That one person who left a mark on you. Maybe it's an ex. one that got away, the one you still think about late at night when no one's watching. Or maybe it's an old friend, someone you had a falling out with, someone who was once like family but suddenly became a stranger. Or it could be someone who taught you a hard lesson, someone who hurt you, someone who forced you to grow. And now they're back. But the question is, why? What is the lesson here? Because Capricorn, let's be honest, you're different now. You're not the same person you were when you knew them. You've grown, you've healed, you've built walls to protect yourself. And now the universe is stepping in saying, let's see how much you've really learned. So what do? Do you welcome this person back with open arms? Do you give them another chance? Or do you finally close that door for good? Before you decide, let's break this down, because this is not just about them. This is about you. First, let's talk about patterns. Look back at your past relationships, your past friendships, your past connections. Do you notice a cycle? Have you been here before? Because if you have, this is your wake-up call. The universe is giving you one last chance to break this cycle once and for all. Maybe you've always been the one who gives too much, the one who sees the best in people, even when they don't deserve it, the one who forgives too easily, even when you know deep down they haven't changed. And if that sounds familiar, Capricorn, listen to me. This is your test. This is your chance to finally choose yourself, to finally say, I'm not doing this again. Or maybe, just maybe, this person has changed. Maybe they've grown, just like you have. Maybe this is a genuine second chance, an opportunity to rebuild something stronger, something healthier, something real. But how do you know the difference? How do you know if this is a lesson or a blessing? The answer: pay attention to their actions, not just their words. People can say all the right things, but what matters is how they show up. Do they respect your boundaries? Do they take accountability for the past? Do they bring peace into your life, or do they bring chaos? And most importantly, how do you feel when you're around them? Do they make you feel safe? Do they make you feel valued? Or do they bring back old wounds, old insecurities, old pain? Capricorn, let me give you an example. I know someone who had an ex come back after years of no contact. At first, it felt like fate. It felt like everything was aligning, like the universe was finally giving them what they always wanted. But then, the same patterns started showing up, the same red flags, the same emotional roller coaster, and they realized the universe wasn't giving them what they wanted. The universe was giving them a choice, a chance to finally walk away. And when they did, everything in their life started aligning, because they had finally learned the lesson. But on the other hand, I know someone else who had an old friend come back, someone they never thought they'd reconnect with. And this time, it was different. There was healing, there was accountability, there was growth, and that friendship became stronger than ever before. So, Capricorn, which one is this for you? Because this person is not coming back for no reason. This is your moment to decide. Do you repeat the past, or do you step into your future? And listen, I know this isn't easy. When emotions are involved, it's hard to see things clearly. But trust yourself. Trust what you've learned. Trust that you know when something feels right and when something feels off. So here's what I want you to do. Take a step back. Don't rush into anything. Observe. See how they show up. And if you feel even 1 ounce of doubt, 1 moment of hesitation, trust that. Because Capricorn, you are not the same person you were back then, and you don't have to accept the things you once did. If this person is truly meant to be in your life, they will prove it. Not with words, with actions. And if they're not, let them go. Because what's meant for you will never require you to lower your standards, to ignore your intuition, or to betray yourself just to keep them around. Capricorn, this is your decision, and I know you'll make the right one. So tell me, what does this person's return mean for your journey? Drop a comment below. I want to hear from you. Let's talk about another scenario. Maybe this isn't an ex or an old friend. Maybe this is a family member. Maybe it's someone you had to distance yourself from for your own peace. Someone whose presence in your life has always felt heavy. And now, they're reaching out. They're showing up. And you're wondering, should I let them back in? Capricorn, I need you to hear this. Just because someone is family, just because you share history, does not mean they automatically deserve a place in your life. Your peace is sacred. Your energy is valuable. And if this person has not changed, if they still bring you stress, if they still make you feel small, if they still refuse to respect your boundaries, then you owe them nothing. Love them from a distance. Wish them well. But do not feel obligated to welcome them back if they have not done the work. But maybe, just maybe, this person has done the work. Maybe they've grown. Maybe they've taken accountability. Maybe they're showing up differently than they ever have before. And if that's the case, then yes, maybe this is a chance to heal, to reconnect, to rebuild something beautiful. This is what makes this moment so powerful. This is what makes this return so important. It's not about them. It's about you. It's about who you are now. It's about what you're willing to accept. It's about knowing that you have the right to say no, that you have the right to protect your peace, that you have the right to choose yourself, no matter who they are. Capricorn, let me remind you of something. Your past does not define you. Your mistakes, your heartbreaks, your regrets, none of that determines where you go from here. What matters is what you choose to do now. The choices you make today are shaping your future. So when this person comes back, when the past comes knocking, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what do I truly want? And whatever the answer is, trust it, honor it, stand by it, because you have come too far to let history repeat itself. You have grown too much to fall back into old patterns, and the universe is watching. This is your moment to step forward, to choose differently, to create a future that is aligned with who you are now, not who you were back then. So take a moment, reflect, and when you're ready, drop a comment below. Tell me, what does this person's return mean for your journey? Because Capricorn, this is more than just a reunion. This is a turning point, and I know you're ready for it. Maybe it's your career. Maybe you've been in a job that you once loved, but now it drains you. You wake up, you go through the motions, you do what you have to do. But deep down, there's this feeling, this voice inside you saying, this isn't it, there's more. And you've been ignoring it, pushing it down, because change is scary, because you've built something here, because it's stable. But Capricorn, what if I told you that stability isn't the same as fulfillment? What if I told you that just because, or maybe it's your relationships, maybe there's someone in your life, a friend, a partner, even a family member, that you've held on to for years. Maybe out of love, maybe out of obligation, maybe because it's just what you've always known. But lately you feel the distance, you feel the shift, and you don't want to admit it. But you know, this connection, this bond, it's not the same anymore. It's not serving you. And you tell yourself, it's just a phase. Things will go back to the way they were. And let's talk about something even deeper. Your identity, who you've been, the version of yourself that the world knows, the one who always has it together, the one who never asks for help, the one who grinds, who hustles, who does whatever it takes to keep moving forward. But Capricorn, let me ask you, are you tired? Are you exhausted from carrying all of this alone? Because if you are, I need you to understand something. The death energy is not here to take something away from you. It's here to release. And I know, this all sounds heavy. It is. But Capricorn, let's flip the script for a second. Let's talk about what happens after the death energy does its work. Because yeah, right now, it feels like things are falling apart. But what if I told you that they're actually falling into place? What if I told you that the breakdown is actually the breakthrough? Think about a forest. When a wildfire burns through, it looks like devastation. It looks like destruction. But what happens after? New growth. The soy. So here's what you need to do right now. Stop resisting. Stop fighting to hold on to what the universe is trying to clear. Stop looking at what's ending as a loss and start seeing it as an opening. Because Capricorn, when you finally let go, when you finally surrender to the process, do you know what happens? You become unstoppable. You step into a version of yourself that is wiser, stronger, more aligned than ever before. And that's the whole point. But let me give you something real. Let's say you lose your job. You panic, right? You think, what am I going to do now? But what if that job was holding you back? What if you were meant for something greater? I know someone who got fired from a corporate job they thought they'd retire from. At first, they felt lost. But losing that job forced them to finally start their own business, something they had dreamed of for years, but never had the courage to do. And guess what? That business took off. Now then, and let's talk about relationships. Maybe you've been stuck in a situation that isn't growing. Maybe you've been afraid to walk away because it's comfortable. But Capricorn, do you really want to settle for comfort when you could have something extraordinary? I know someone who stayed in a toxic relationship for years because they were scared of being alone. When they finally walked away, they found the love of their life 6 months later. But if they hadn't let go, they never would have been open to so. Capricorn, the point is, when something leaves your life, don't chase it. Don't cling to it. Trust that if it's truly meant for you, it will find its way back. And if it doesn't, that means something better is waiting. And I promise you, it always is, Dot. So take a deep breath. This is not the end. It's just the beginning. The next version of you. Oh, Capricorn, they are waiting. And trust me, you're going to love who you become. Drop a comment below. I surrender to transformation and trust the universe. Because this is your moment, and you're ready. And here's the thing, Capricorn. The more you resist, the harder this transformation becomes. Think about it. Have you ever tried to hold on to something so tightly that it just slips through your fingers? The universe is asking you to let go, to trust, to surrender. And I know that's not easy for you. You like control. You like knowing where you're going. But sometimes the greatest breakthroughs happen when you finally stop trying to control everything. Take a look at the most successful people you know. The ones who have built incredible lives. Do you think they got there by clinging to their past? No. They got there by embracing change, by stepping into the unknown, by allowing things to fall away so they could make space for something better. So let me ask you this. What are you afraid to lose right now? Be honest. Is it really serving you? Or are you just scared of what comes next? Because Capricorn, let me tell you something. What comes next? It's bigger than you ever imagined, And that's why you need to stop resisting. Stop trying to hold on to the version of yourself that the universe is asking you to let go of. Because you're not meant to stay the same. You're meant to grow, to evolve, to transform. Capricorn, this is your time. You are stepping into the next chapter of your life. A chapter that is going to be filled with opportunities, growth, and a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever before. So take a deep breath. Let go of what's leaving, trust in what's coming, and know that the universe is working in your favor. Drop a comment below. I surrender to transformation and trust the universe. Because this is your moment, and you're ready. Capricorn, listen up. I know this transition isn't easy. I know the uncertainty is making you question everything. You're standing in the middle of a massive shift, maybe the biggest one you've ever faced, and I can feel that energy. It's intense, it's overwhelming. And right now, you might be wondering, how do I get through this? How do I handle all of this without losing myself? Well, let's talk about it. Because you have two choices. You can resist what's happening and make this transition harder, or first things first, let's address the fear. Because let's be honest, Capricorn, you like control. You like knowing what's coming next. And when things start shifting in unexpected ways, your first instinct, you want to grab the reins, force everything back into place, try to manage the chaos. But here's the truth. You can't control this. This transformation is bigger than you, and the more you fight it, the harder it gets. Think about a river. The water doesn't resist the current, it flows with it. And right, I know that's easier said than done. Letting go, surrendering, that's not exactly in your nature. But Capricorn, this isn't about giving up. It's about trusting that what's happening is happening for a reason. The universe isn't tearing things down to hurt you, it's clearing space. And what's coming next? It's going to be so much bigger than what you're leaving behind. Now let's talk about that past person, the one who's suddenly back in your life, stirring up old emotions, making you question everything. What do? You observe. You don't jump back in. You don't fall into old patterns. You pay attention to their actions, not just their words, because words are easy. Promises, they don't mean much if there's no follow-through. So watch them. See if they've really changed. See if this reunion is meant to heal you or test you. And trust your gut, because deep down, and while we're at it, let's talk about setting boundaries. Capricorn, I need you to hear this loud and clear. Just because someone wants access to you doesn't mean they deserve it. Let that sink in. You don't owe anyone a spot in your life just because they want to be there. Your energy, it's valuable. Your time, it's precious. And if someone isn't showing up for you in a way that aligns with your growth, your peace, your future, then they don't belong in your space. Period. Now let's shift gears for a second, because this transformation, it's not just about relationships. It's about your whole life, your career, your goals, your sense of purpose. So let me ask you, have you been holding on to a path that no longer excites you? Have you been playing it safe, sticking to what's familiar instead of stepping into what you truly want? Because if that's the case, then this shift is about more than just letting go. It's about finally stepping up. I want you to imagine something. Imagine waking up every day feeling excited about where your life is going. Imagine feeling aligned, feeling fulfilled, feeling like you are exactly where you're supposed to be. That's not a fantasy, Capricorn. That's what's waiting for you on the other side of this transition. But you have to be willing to let go of what's not working to make space for what will. And look, I know it's scary. I know it feels like walking into the unknown with no map, no plan, no guarantees. But Capricorn, when has playing it safe ever led to greatness? When has staying in your comfort zone ever given you what you truly desire? It hasn't, and it won't. So take the risk. Bet on yourself. Because I promise you, when you stop holding back, when you stop resisting what's meant for you, your entire life will change. So here's what I want you to do right now. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a second. And picture the version of you who has already made it through this transition. The one who didn't let fear win. The one who trusted the process. The one who came out stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever. That version of you, they exist, they're real, and they're waiting for you on the other side of this moment. So don't let doubt stop you. Don't let the past pull you back. And don't let fear keep you small. This is your time, Capricorn. Step into it, own it, and trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Now tell me, what are you letting go of? What are you making space for? Drop a comment below and declare it, because this is your breakthrough moment, and I can't wait to see where it takes you. Let's talk about what happens when you finally let go, because I know, Capricorn, you like to think things through. You like to have a plan. You like to know exactly what's coming next. But what if I told you that sometimes the greatest opportunities show up when you stop trying to force everything into place? Think about it. Have you ever held on to something so tightly, whether it was a job, a relationship, or an idea of how things should be, only to realize later that it was keeping you stuck, that it was actually blocking something better from coming in? I knew someone who stayed at a job they hated for years. It was draining them, making them miserable, but they stayed because it was safe, because it was predictable. But the second they finally walked away, within a month, they got an offer for a job that was exactly what they had always dreamed of. A job that paid better, felt better, and actually aligned with who they had become. And you know what they said? I should have let go. And let's talk about relationships again for a second. Because I know some of you are holding on to people who are no longer meant to be in your life. You're keeping doors open that should have been closed a long time ago. And you know it. You feel it. But you're scared of what happens if you let them go. But Capricorn, let me remind you, when you release what's not meant for you, you make space for what is. And what's meant for you, it will never pass you by. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. But what if I regret it? What if I let go and nothing better comes along? And to that, I say, have you ever truly let go and ended up worse? Or did you always find a way to rebuild, to rise, to come out even stronger? Because that's who you are, Capricorn. You are a builder, a creator, a survivor. You don't crumble, you evolve. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to trust yourself. I want you to stop second guessing. I want you to stop clinging to the past out of fear. Because fear is a liar. Fear wants to keep you small. Fear wants you to believe that you're not capable of handling what's next. But you are. You always have been. So take that leap. Let go of the job that's draining you. Walk away from the relationship that's not growing with you. Step into the unknown with confidence. Because what's on the other side, it's bigger than you ever imagined. And when you do, when you finally stop resisting, you're going to look back at this moment and wonder why you ever doubted. So tell me, what's one thing you're ready to release? Drop it in the comments below. Declare it. Own it. Because this is your time, Capricorn. And I can't wait to see where you go next. Capricorn, this is it. Your moment of truth. You are standing at a crossroads, and this is where everything changes. The past is pulling you back, whispering familiar words, tempting you with comfort. But the future is calling you forward, asking you to step up, to trust, to embrace the unknown. So let me ask you, are you going to fall back into old cycles? Are you going to repeat the same patterns, make the same choices, live the same story? Or will you finally break free? Will you finally step into the power, the success, the transformation that's waiting for you? The universe doesn't repeat lessons for no reason. This is your test. This is your defining moment. And I know, it's not easy. But listen, Capricorn, nothing truly great ever comes from staying where it's safe. So tell me, are you ready to pass this test? Are you ready to rise? Because this is where everything begins. Capricorn, take a deep breath. This isn't the end. This is your rebirth. Everything that's happening right now, it's not random. It's not a mistake. It's the universe aligning you with something greater. When someone from your past returns, don't just react, reflect. When things start to fall apart, don't panic. Trust. Because what feels like destruction today, it's actually the foundation for your next breakthrough. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't have to see the full picture yet. All you need to do is trust that every single thing that's happening is pushing you toward your highest path. So, Capricorn, this is your moment. This is where you take everything you've learned, everything you've grown through, and step fully into your power. You are ready. You are stronger than ever. And your next chapter? Oh, it's going to be bigger than anything you've imagined. All right, Capricorn, if this message resonated with you, do 3 things right now. First, hit that like button. Show the universe that you are ready for this transformation. Second, drop a comment below. Say it out loud. I step into my destiny with courage. Declare it, own it, speak it into existence. And third, subscribe. Because this journey, it's just beginning. And trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. Your transformation is happening. The universe is working in your favor. The shifts you're feeling, They are leading you exactly where you're meant to be. So, are you ready? Are you ready to rise, to claim the life you were meant to have? Then take action. Let the universe know you're serious. Because Capricorn, your next chapter is unfolding. And I promise you, it's going to be bigger than anything you've ever imagined. And one more thing, trust yourself. You already have everything you need to step into this new phase. You've done the work. You've faced the challenges. Now, it's time to receive the rewards. Capricorn, I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in yourself. So take a deep breath, step forward with confidence, and know this, your best days, they're not behind you, they're right in front of you. Let's go.